Hello guys! You may notice that this is incredibly late and I will probably only really get to show this to an adult. Um, that's because I'm lazy. You can also tell that I haven't been doing this for a while because now and before it was completely different. Okay. Um, so I have decided to talk about fan cultures surrounding Doctor Who. For the majority of classic Who, it was a family show, so it wasn't really a specialized group. Instead, for a very long time, it was families. It was children and parents and anyone who grew up watching Doctor Who. However, in the 80s, fewer people started watching it. It became more and more of a cult television thing. It was more of a Star Trek phenomenon with small groups of fans, children who had grown up with the show, who were now getting into their 20s and going to college and getting jobs, young adults who um, got absorbed into conventions and zine writing and fan fiction writing. Interesting to note that the BBC encouraged fans to write fan fiction. Basically, you could send in a manuscript to a BBC publishing company, and they would publish your work. Yeah, and so in that way, they encouraged their fan base to grow and to continue. But in many ways, it dwindled. They tried to bring it back with the 1980s, 19 late 1980s, like maybe around the 90s, um, straight to TV movie for the Eighth Doctor. But that was an enormous flop, and for a while, for about good 20 years, there was no Doctor Who in Britain. It was a thing of the past. Reboot Doctor Who. It came out in 2005, so it really was reintroduced to its fan base through the internet, and the actual show utilizes memetic and viral devices and encourages its fans to figure out the mysteries embedded in the show online. The joke throughout the first season, sort of subtly hinted at in the second episode, where they meet the aliens who represent the cult of the repeating meme. And when you start looking throughout the season, um, there are two words that are continually used: bad wolf. So by introducing bad wolf into the background of every episode, they encourage their fans to interact with each other online, and there is a, ever growing population of fan culture on the internet. Fan fiction abounds, um, which you could say was also encouraged by certain writing choices in the new reboot. They added romances, like they did in the straight to TV movie, um, in order to garner more fans, more interest. One could say, or you could, I mean, there's a lot of debate about whether or not that was a good choice, mostly between new fans and old fans. Um, Lots of fan fiction, fan art, fan video, um, all of which is made easily accessible by the internet. So, fan culture, the internet, and also, which of course, the internet brings fans and creators into closer proximity. So that's always fun to study.